My husband and I have been together for over 20 years.
Any couple that's been together for over 20 years, you know they weather some storms.
Yeah, like the loss of our personal loved ones. We had a catastrophic loss to our home and personal possessions.
Loss of employment, personal illness. We could go on.
All of these things put a strain on our marriage and sometimes put us in a place of instability.
But our relationship is rooted in Christ.
And through it all, our commitment remains strong, just like it has in the lives of our guests today, Ryan and Sara Brown.
Grab your spouse and watch together.
If you want a love that lasts, you have to have the faith to hold on to it. I'm Claudia Parker.
And I'm Don Parker.
5 Minutes of Faith starts now.
I am Sara Brown. I am educator, wife, and woman of God, and I'm here on 5 Minutes of Faith with Claudia Parker. My husband and I have been married for almost 8 years. It will be 8 years, March 24th. The first year of us being married, we were diagnosed infertile. And so the first diagnosis, they said that my fallopian tubes were clogged and that there was no way of opening them besides surgery, or that I could get in vitro. So I ended up seeing a fertility specialist, and they repeated the process. And after like the third try, my fallopian tubes were open. We ended up stopping the fertility process, so to speak, with any kind of medicine or any supplementary anything, because I just believed, I was like, God, you are just going to work a miracle. And I know that our testimony is going to be that we got this diagnosis and that these doctors are going to be proven wrong. And so 4 years later, it ended up being, I went back for a checkup and the doctors were able to specify that there were issues with endometriosis. I had fibroid tumors. I had some cysts in there. And so they revisited the process. I was really, there were so many feelings, like I think shame and disappointment and fear, but also like frustration, because I just felt like, as a woman who knows that God is healer and he's a miracle worker, how is this the answer? I won't say that the process was easy. We went through a lot. We had a miscarriage. It was not easy to do all the shots. And my husband, not being a nurse, you get these injections in the mail, like, I don't know, like an Amazon package or something. And it's like, you got to look up YouTube videos on how to do it. And, but it was hard. It was hard on my body. It was hard on my mind. We went through this last round of IVF, and I just committed my whole heart to, my identity in God, and the process became lighter for me. But we went through a really big blow. And it actually happened that in August, for the first time in our marriage, we were not even sure if we were going to make it. We were literally having conversation around, like, are we going to be okay? Do you think that we can, stay married? Are we meant to be together? Kind of questions. And it was really hard. Why? Because we made a sober decision to get married, but he also was my best friend for years. So I've known him for 15 years. This isn't just a guy that I met that thought, oh, he's fine. And then, went from there. No, like we were friends without trying to impress one another. So I say that to say we went through a moment where we weren't even sleeping in the same home. And, it happened maybe just over the matter of a week. And the day that he came back home was August 21st. And so we ended up revisiting the IVF process once we worked through our stuff. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work. So I got the positive first time ever pregnancy result at home, and I couldn't believe it. So when I went into the doctor and they gave us our due date, not only is the baby due in August, which was the lowest time ever to date in our marriage, but it's literally due on August 21st, the day that my husband came home. in a lot of ways, I felt like we were immune to having points in our marriage that would ever bring us to question whether we wanted to be married. And to have gone through that together and now learning vulnerability with one another in a new way because of what we've overcome in our conflict has made the baby feel like a bonus, so to speak. Like, because it just, we really almost gave up. We really almost gave up hope.